All right. So if you have a belt or a scarf, or if you don't, that's okay too. You can like pretend and create like the same sort of movements without that prop, so to speak, or a yoga strap. Obviously, a yoga strap will work. I'm going to be using this like PVC pipe because it doesn't bend, and it's something that I use in my practice, like I said before, and we'll use it just the same. Awesome, that's perfect. So great. So just set that off to the side. We won't use it right off the bat. We'll take a moment to sit and pause. No music for today, but it'll allow for a little more, hopefully a little more quiet, more stillness. It's a beautiful day. If you have the windows open, you might hear those sounds that we've been waiting all winter to hear. Maybe it's the birds, the breeze, just like the sound of things starting to like wake up because of the warmth of the sun. Thank goodness. Maybe yourself included. And you can close your eyes and just listen to the sounds, or just notice or become aware of them. And rather than needing to fix or fight or change or react to what you hear, what would be possible if you were just able to observe what comes in, right? Or what you hear, whatever it is. As you are in this shifting phase from reaction to observation, you can take a big breath in just to become a little more present. And a long breath out to land just as you are, exactly where you are. Do that a few more times if you need. Big breath in. Long breath out. Maybe you start to also observe what has happened to your nervous system as a result of just slowing down and taking a moment to pause for yourself, and to pause and become a little more aware of this present moment you're in. And see if you can bring that sort of mindset into your physical movement today. So no matter how your body's feeling or showing up for you today, can you just observe it? Try to lessen the judgment of how it is or is not, or should not be. Can you just come back to your breath, something you have in every single moment? So full breath in. Big exhale out. And do that one more time. This time, maybe even inhale through your nose, filling all the way up, expanding out. And open up your mouth, maybe even let it a slow sigh as you exhale. If you need a little bit more time and stillness, you can stay. If you're ready to move a little more, you can blink your eyes open and just take in a little more light. Try not to react or judge maybe the environment around you, wherever you are. Soften that need to react. And then start to sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in, lift your chin, lift your face. And exhale, chin towards your chest, lengthen the back of your neck. Do that one more time, maybe even a little bit bigger. Your sternum starts to rise on the inhale. And then exhale, maybe you round your shoulders forward as you drop your chin to your chest. And then you'll sit up nice and tall here again. And if you have that strap or belt or scarf nearby, I have my trusty PVC pipe. You can use like a dowel rod as well, whatever you have handy nearby. And bring your hands out wider than your shoulders. So here, take a hold of that strap and see if you can pull it tight, just enough where you feel a little more engagement in the back, like in between your shoulder blades. You feel your shoulders start to work. Yeah, so as you pull your hands apart from one another, you create that taut feeling on that strap or whatever you have a hold of. And then see if you can almost draw the bottom tips of your shoulder blades down your back. So notice if your shoulders are hiking up. Yeah, draw them down. Yeah, and take one big breath in here. Long breath out. That's your anchor, your breath. And then bring that down right in front of you to give your shoulders a break for a moment. So just by holding that out in front of you, you can create a little bit of heat in your arms, in your shoulders, and your upper back, right? So keep that in mind. If it's too much, back off, totally fine. If you want, you can even soften your elbows and you can bend your elbows and bring that strap closer to you. That can be helpful as well and lessen the load. So with your strap, holding on, your hands as wide as they need to be, right? So if you find that as we reach the top, it's too much tension in the shoulders, widen your hands, take them wider. So take a deep breath in, reach that structure up and over your head, pause there, and then see if you can draw your front ribs sort of towards one another as you engage the belly a little bit more. You'll notice that that sway in your low back almost starts to lessen just a little bit more. Take one more big breath in, maybe even look up towards that strap, open the front of your throat, and then exhale, bring it down in front of you. Give your shoulders a break. So we're gonna move through that 2 times. Inhale to draw it up overhead. And then exhale, bring it down in front of you. And you move to your degree. If you find that that right overhead is too much, just bring it to here. Just bring it to here. Wherever you feel that tension exist, pause and stay. Take a breath in one more time. Breathe in, up and overhead. Take a moment to pause. And then breathe all the way out. Draw it back down in front of you. Excellent job. Set that down for a moment. Take a roll of the shoulders, a roll of the neck. Take what you need here, a few rounds of breath to shake out any tension you might have hopefully not accumulated too much, right? But you're just waking the body up in whatever way you need. And then take a breath in, reach arms up and overhead just for a moment if that feels okay. And then exhale, twist to your right to your degree. Maybe even look over your shoulder if it feels okay in the neck. And then inhale back up through center, reach hands overhead or sit up tall. And then exhale, twist to the opposite side. And then inhale back up through center. And bring your hands down alongside your side. Bring your arms down along your sides. Hands and arms, all of it together. And then one last time to grab that strap here in a seat, at least. Take it up and overhead as you breathe in. Find that point of tension, doesn't matter where it is, and then lean over to the right. Get that stretch in the side. If you need to bend the elbows, bend the elbows. Inhale back up through center. Awesome, and then lean over to the other side. Inhale back up through center. Maybe even look up one last time, open the throat. And then exhale, bring the arms down in front of you. And you can take that strap and place it at the top of your mat here. And take your time, but maybe in hands and knees, tabletop pose. So hopefully creating that space in the shoulders and the neck allows you to find a little more freedom in the shapes that we take. But remember, your breath is your anchor. Come back to it. Let that carry you through, no matter what shape your body might be in. And when you're ready, start to lift your chest, lift your chin, lift your face, lift your tailbone, finding cow pose. And then exhaling to round your upper back, drop your head, chin towards your chest. Do that 2 more times on your own. So slow breath in to find cow. Slow breath out to round into cat. And come back to neutral. And you start to walk your hands up your thighs. You'll rise up onto your knees, interlace your fingers in front of your face, press your palms together, and just warm up the wrists a little more. Take that infinity symbol, like you were tracing it with your knuckles in both directions. I always say switch directions, and I feel like you can only do it one way. It's like impossible to do it the other, but you make it work. And start to bring your hands to your hips just for balance. Step your right foot forward. Take a breath in, reach your arms up and overhead if that feels okay. And then it's your right hand to your left wrist, just to lean over to the right a little bit more. So now you find more stretch in the side, but also through the front of that left hip. And you'll rise back up. Take your left hand forward, right arm behind you or out to the side. So you're either creating this L shape with the arms, or you're almost like reaching towards a wall behind you. So you twist to your degree, maybe even bend the elbows if that feels better, and take one more breath in. And then as you breathe out, bring your right hand to meet your left, palms in front of you. One breath in to hook the thumbs overhead, elbows go nice and wide, and you lift through the chest. Awesome, and then release your arms down along your sides. You can bring your hands down to frame your foot. And if you need to, wiggle walk that foot out to the right a little more. Tuck your back toes, lift your knee up, and then just step your left foot to meet the right. Heel till your feet nice and wide. You're at the top of your mat. Bend your knees a lot. And then find ragdoll pose. So maybe even shake your head yes, shake your head no, open and close your mouth a few times to soften the jaw. And then you can even walk your hands over to the right. Maybe even bend your left knee and almost lean away from your hands. And walk your hands back through center over to the left, bend your right knee. And almost like shift your hips over to the right. And come back through center. Now, bend your knees even more and start to roll very slowly, one vertebra at a time. Let your head be the last to rise if you can. Come all the way up to standing. Shrug your shoulders as you breathe in. And then let them fall as you exhale. Do that one more time. Breathe in, draw them up, and then exhale, let them fall. And flip your palms forward for a moment. I want you to think about the back muscles turning on, the upper back muscles rather, and then your shoulder blades, they don't touch, right? But think about them drawing down and slightly together. So you can open a little more through the collarbones just by naturally standing up a little bit taller, chest broader. Breathe in through your nose. Open up your mouth. And then bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take a deep breath in to sit up nice and tall. Maybe even lift your sternum towards your thumbs. And then bend your knees, sit back into chair pose. Just bring a little bit more work into the legs since we did so much work in the upper body. So much attention there. Can you drive down through the heels, but also through the toes? Just never gripping the toes. And then don't grip your face. See if you can soften it. Full breath in. Long breath out, maybe sink a little bit lower. And then fold forward nice and gently. Think belly towards your thighs and then drop your head. Take a halfway lift, hands to your shins. Reach your heart forward. You'll place your hands back down and in your own time, just step your left foot back and you'll drop your left knee back down. Just like how we came forward, you'll come back out. You'll reach your hands up overhead if that feels okay. And then bring right knee to meet the left. Hands come down in front of you. You're in regular tabletop pose. Take a breath in, lift your chest. Find cow, and then exhale, round your back, cat. Do that 2 more times. Breathe in and out. Last one. And then you walk your hands back up your legs, rising up onto your knees. Hands come to your hips, and then you'll step your left foot forward this time. So you're in this lunge. It doesn't have to be super deep. It could be like 2 right angles with your legs. That also works. And reach your hands overhead. Left hand to your right wrist, lean over to the left. You can get that nice space on your right side. And you'll rise up nice and tall. Now keep pressing down through your front foot. You find this twist. So it's right hand can go forward. Maybe left hand goes behind you. Maybe it just comes out to the side. Maybe it comes down along your sides and you find your twist here. Nice and gentle. Maybe hands even come to your heart. So there's so many different options for the arms here. Take 1 more breath in. Breath out. Now bring your hands together in front of you. Reach them forward. So nice. And then reach them up overhead. Hook your thumbs, elbows wide, creating that letter O around your head. Lift your heart. Nice. And then bring your hands down to frame your foot. Maybe wiggle walk it a little wider out to the left. Tuck your back toes, lift the knee up. And step your right foot forward. Feet nice and wide, bend your knees a lot. And if you want, walk the hands over to the right again, bend the left knee, lean, and then walk through center, over to the left, bend the right knee, lean, back through center. You know what to do, bend your knees a lot, and then slowly, slowly, slowly roll all the way up to standing. So nice. Shrug your shoulders just 1 time this time. Breathe in. And then really feel them relax away from your ears. Flip your palms forward. Broaden through the collarbones. Lift through the top of the head as you inhale. Open your mouth. So nice. Now bring your hands to your heart. We're going to add in, sprinkle in just 1 more shape here. Tree pose, Vrikshasana. Shift your weight into the left foot to start and bring your right foot either as a kickstand on the ground to your ankle, to your shin, or your calf rather, or to your inner thigh. So above or below the knee. See if you can press all four corners of that left foot down. So coming back to that idea that you have to be where you are, like to find that grounding, to find that balance, even if it's messy, right? Which it may be, you might fall and that's okay. You can even reach your arms up if that feels good. Take one more big breath in, even taller you rise. And then exhale to plant that right foot back down. Take a moment to roll the shoulders. Maybe even just like float the arms and twist side to side. Come back to center, hands to your heart, and then you'll switch sides. Left foot comes up. Maybe find one steady thing in front of you to keep your gaze on. Your choice with the arms. And can you come back to that mantra of being right where you are, letting go of that need for it to be perfect. Breathe, no matter what it looks like. Take one more breath in. Big breath out to let it go. Left foot stamps next to the right. Keep your hands at your heart. Take a breath in through your nose. Let it all go. Open your mouth. And start to bend your knees one last time. Chair pose. You're sitting in a chair, but your heart is lifting. So try not to round forward. See if your heart can reach towards your thumbs a little more. Just one more round of breath on your own. And you hinge at the hips here, fold forward. You can drop the hands, drop the head. And take a halfway lift, hands to your knees or your shins. You'll take your hands down. This time it's the right foot that steps back again. Right knee drops. You'll reach arms overhead one last time here. And then bring left knee to meet the right. Hands come down in front of you, tabletop pose. And then one last time to take 3 rounds of cat-cow on your own. So just remembering to inhale into one shape, that's cow, and then exhaling to rounding for kids. You add in any other additional movements that feel good. And make your way to a seat. And just bring your legs out in front of you. And find one shin in front of the other, hands to your knees. Sit up nice and tall. One more breath in. Big breath out. Now make sure you have enough space behind you and grab all the props you know you'll want for your final rest, your final relaxation, Shavasana, the best part, the most important part, in my opinion. Just make sure you have what you need within reach and take your legs out in front of you. Give them one last shake here, maybe even a little bit of love, a little massage. Wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. And you'll find your way onto your back. Take your arms down along your sides. Plant your feet a little bit wider than your hips here and bend your knees. Take one breath in and ever so gently just let both knees fall over to the right. And come back through center. Both knees will fall over to the left. And back through center. And hug your right knee towards your chest. Just bring it in, but keep the back of your head on the ground. One last time to roll the ankle, fan out the toes. Maybe even lift that foot up towards the sky. You can grab the back of the leg and take circles there. And bend your knee, let that foot return back to the ground. And then hug your left knee in. Give it a little squeeze. Roll the ankle, fan out the toes. You want it lifted to the sky, grab behind the leg, but again, keep the back of your head on the ground. Try not to lift up and create more tension in the neck. Roll the ankle, wiggle the toes. And you'll bend your knee and bring that foot back down. And then take both legs long, arms down along your sides. And what I'd like you to do is flip your palms up and keep the back of your head on the ground if you can. And the arms will even stay on the ground. But I want you to think about lifting up your upper back up off the ground. And then draw your shoulder blades down just a little more and a little closer together. And then sit your upper body back onto the ground, your upper torso rather. And then just notice if that created that same sort of sensation as you were standing in mountain pose, Tadasana, right? When you broaden across the chest. We want that same sort of action even when we are lying down on the ground. So just adjust if you need it. Take props as you need it, or need them rather. If you want to close your eyes, close the eyes. Take one more breath in right here together. Long breath out, maybe open the mouth to soften the jaw. Staying in that space where you just observe. Observe the sounds that you hear. Observe just the rise and the fall of your breath. And maybe even observe as thoughts wander in. Maybe stay for a while and wander out. time, these last few moments for yourself. Not needing to react or fix or fight or be anywhere but right here. We often need to change our position so we can see things differently. We don't have to make a dramatic change. We just need to move around a little, breathe a little. Perhaps an unresolved issue is blocking our vision or blocking us from seeing the beauty that's already there. Maybe a bit of anger is interfering with our vision. Maybe the changes we need to make are minor, much less than we thought. Maybe we simply need to look at whatever we are viewing without fear, to change our mood and see it with the eyes of love. So take a break, move around, learn to change your perspective. Maybe you don't need to change what you're looking at. You just need to change where you stand. Take a big breath in. And we open the mouth, sigh it out. Start to rock your head slowly side to side, wiggle the fingers, fan out the toes. Maybe a nice long body stretch, pointing your toes forward and reaching up overhead. Feels good. And you can bend your knees in your own time, roll to the side of your choice, and I'll meet you in a seat. Sitting up nice and tall once you're there. Hands can even come together in front of your heart. Feel your heart lift. Maybe even bow your chin towards that space, knowing that no matter what your physical movements looked like today, no effort is ever wasted. A full breath in together. Breathe out, nice and big. Let it go. You can take your thumb tips to the center of your forehead. Lift your face, lift your chin. Letting this practice be time where you cultivate a little more kindness towards yourself so you can then share that kindness in your own way with others. Namaste. Happy Monday.